Hi, and welcome to Body Metrics, the show that teaches you practical ways to incorporate healthy nutrition principles into your busy lifestyle. My name is Adrianne Delgado, and I am a registered dietitian. In today's episode, we're going to continue to talk about healthier holidays by focusing on healthy side dishes. Now, this recipe comes from the nutrition book, Nourish, Eat, Repeat, and it's available on Amazon, and it's filled with recipes that are quick, easy, and family-friendly. Now, this particular side dish is great any time of the year, but it's one of my favorites to include at Thanksgiving because it's so easy, right? Most of the other ingredients and most of the other dishes you're making around Thanksgiving take a lot of work, a lot of prep. This comes together in no time. For this recipe, you only need 3 ingredients: butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, and bacon. That's right, you heard me correctly. I said bacon. When used in small amounts, bacon can be part of a healthy diet. And in this recipe, the bacon acts as both a fat and salt source, so no need to add any more to the dish. So what we're going to do to start is we're going to take our Brussels sprouts and we're just going to chop them in half. So I've already started this process. Move this dish out of the way. And I just got these Brussels sprouts at the grocery store. If you're part of a CSA or a farmer's market, also a great source for this ingredient. And then I'm just going to take my Brussels sprouts and chop them in half. Very, very simple. Now, we're also going to use a butternut squash. Some of you may not be familiar with this ingredient, or you already purchase it already cubed up. Don't let this thing intimidate you. The only thing you really need is a sharp knife. So what we're going to do is we washed off our squash ahead of time, and we're just going to take our knife and cut through the squash. Like I said, if you don't want to wrestle a squash, you can also buy it at the grocery store already cubed up. It just cost a couple more dollars, but maybe worth it. So you have your seeds in here. We're just going to scoop them out into a bowl, just like you would any other squash. Acorn squash, spaghetti squash, pumpkin. All these are great. Now, alternatively, if you're not a butternut squash fan, you could also use sweet potatoes in here. We also need to peel our squash. So just taking a vegetable peeler and going through. I'm just going to do a little bit so I can show you. I'm not going to do the whole thing right now, but you get the picture. All right. Cut off the end. And then basically, all you're going to do is you're going to take your squash. Always put the flat side down so you don't hurt yourself. And just run your knife through and cube the squash. Again, you get the idea. I'm not going to do the whole thing now just for the sake of time. And then cube up your butternut squash. Now, if you've ever roasted vegetables before, that's actually my preferred way of eating vegetables, is to roast them in an oven. Usually I do a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper to give it a little bit more flavor. But in this case, we're going to use bacon to do that. So I have 2 strips of bacon here. Again, we're going to fill this whole tray with butternut squash, and we're just going to lay the bacon on top. And so I've already kind of sliced this ahead of time. Bacon just gives the Brussels sprouts the fat they need and that salt to really bring out the flavors. A lot of people have an aversion to Brussels sprouts, or they think they don't like it, but honestly, if you roast it, it is amazing. And so you just kind of layer the bacon on. You're going to set it in a 450 degree oven, and you're going to roast for about 25 minutes. How simple is that? When you bring it out of the oven, it's going to look just like this. You've got that beautiful caramelized color. You've got the Brussels sprouts, the squash. Everything is delicious. It's one of my kids' favorite recipes. Again, not just for Thanksgiving, but all year long. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.